Hello, Libra. Welcome. I'm Ryan, and thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading, so everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, check out my wife's channel, Val53 Tarot. She's read for you as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Ooh, goodness. Goodness, Libra. I'm going to push this right away a little bit. Okay. Goodness. As you can tell by my response and my reaction, I don't exactly know what is going on here. But what you're ultimately showing me, Libra, is there's definitely something very deeply personal and painful taking place or happening that you are feeling and experiencing. You are definitely self-aware of what this is all about. Not only that, I feel like you are definitely, how do I word this? I would kind of give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you are in the process of healing from this. At the same time, I almost kind of feel like you're not. Just point blank, I feel like you're not. You're showing me that you're aware of it, but ultimately it's an energy of like you can kind of fully, truly heal from something, but also not move on from it in a sense. It's almost the equivalent of I understand what happened and took place. I'm realizing something, I'm learning something about myself, maybe the situation, the circumstances, but now there's like this guilt or this grief or this despair. Hopefully not depression, but it is possible. Not to kind of throw that out there to scare, spook anyone, but you are showing the energy of like there's just something here emotionally. It's very difficult for you to kind of like let go of or move on from. And it's all because of this lesson or something that you've learned or realized about your situation, or maybe even literally just about pain in general. But what's fascinating about this is you do realize like, okay, I need to make a decision regarding whether or not this is the path I want to continue on or whether I want to kind of change course and direction here. You're making some sort of conscious decision. I feel like whether this is about work or career or whatever this is, you have quite a bit to contemplate. But ultimately, with so much kind of weighing heavily on your mind as well as on your heart and your emotions, you're showing me you're just not exactly in that energy to make very drastic changes or switches or any type of moves really yet, in a sense. Like, okay, I'll kind of do this, I'll kind of do that, but nothing too major, nothing too extreme. And show up tomorrow. We'll talk about who you're dealing with. Yeah, you've definitely created some sort of financial opportunity for yourself. So I kind of feel like this is possibly regarding work and career, but we'll see. Whatever this is, it definitely kind of causes you to feel a little bit and more confident within and for yourself. It's a nice over energy. It kind of gives you this sense and a feeling of like control. But overall, it's also the strong consideration of like, okay, now what to do moving forward? What's my next step or plan of action? That's what I was wondering. That card wanted to jump out. The collaborative energy wanted to jump out even before I started shuffling, and I'm like, no, hold your horses. It comes out anyways. Okay. Don't know exactly what's going on with that. It seems and feels as if this almost feels like you're juggling something personal and emotional and romantic with something financial and business related at the same time. And you're kind of like moving. It's interesting because you're having this process of you're choosing to be like, to put yourself aside for the sake of making some sort of collaborative energy between you and someone else work. And it's like, yeah, everything's working, everything looks like it's fine on paper, but then all of a sudden, whatever this collaborative energy is between you and them, this is what the opportunity is. It feels like things are helping between the two of you. At the same time, it's almost like as things are getting taken care of and as things are, in the process of moving forward, progressing, there's like some sort of deeper conflict beginning to kind of stir up and rise up from this. And I feel like that's like this, like I said, like whether it's a grudge, whether it's resentment, whether it's despair, I don't know what that's about, but it's coming back around in a different form. It's coming back around, like, let's just say if there's something you haven't emotionally let go of or healed from or just kind of moved on from, it's going to show up in a different energy. And it is. You're showing me that's causing like conflict and a rift in whatever this connection is between you and them. It's kind of like saying you're at work and someone kind of just walks by you and all of a sudden you sense that they're irritated and it's like, what's your deal? It's because they're doing with something emotional that's personal to them. This is what's taking place between the two of you. Because something originally hasn't been dealt with. And like, oh, well, what's their problem? It's like, well, they got something they're dealing with, they're healing from and letting go. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. I'll push this a little bit. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wow. Yeah, that's what I thought. Geez, this feels like a little bit like games. I feel like it's a little bit like games. Whatever this conflict is between the two of you, it's almost like, let me kind of stir up the pot and get the situation, get in a little bit of a slight argument or tiff going back and forth around between the two of you. It's almost like saying, because there's something here you haven't quite fully moved on from, you're causing, or they're causing, and just the two of you interacting is causing some sort of conflict. But it's almost like this conflict or this irritation, this agitation of what hasn't been healed from or let go of is somehow causing for you, Libra, there's love there. It's the equivalent of saying, like, if I can piss them off, I know they care. And it's like, possibly, but it's almost the equivalent of, okay, they recognize me, they see me, the emotions are beginning to flow. Yeah, they're running real high, though, in the red. There's a little bit of a difference in energy there, but I do see that whatever's going on, there's definitely some sort of like, that's kind of like you got what you were going for. Whatever this new love is that is being created out of conflict, it's kind of like saying there's a spark between us. Yeah, if you crack two rocks together, it also creates a spark, but it's also very damaging. You're showing me that there's definitely some sort of communication between the two of you taking place that gets things rolling very quickly, and that's what I'm talking about. It's kind of like, okay, now things are in motion, but at the same time, psychologically, you're kind of like, I'm in a new territory, I don't know where this is going. And then it's almost like your mindset and your thoughts began rolling in a situation where you're like, okay, great, some sort of plan worked. Now maybe we can have some sort of party or get together or union or reunion or some sort of celebratory or event, or you get it, some sort of get together or shindig or however you call it nowadays. It got your wheels turning, and it's like, okay, this could turn into something. And it's like, maybe, I don't know. But of course, if you are dealing with anyone, you could be dealing with a fire sign, an air sign, an earth sign, or water. They're all here. Goodbye.